Alright, Alico 3 here. We've got a PSA bulk order that just came back this week. Of course, there was a pretty substantial wait to get this one back, but it is back now, so I'll film it, put the clips together, and hopefully put some data in to see prices and pops, which is kind of fun to add to the video. So here's 200 cards, 200 to 215, I think. So we will get to the cards now. Alright, Alico 3, and today we have our order in the stock X box. So I don't know what's going on with these stock X boxes. They must have paid to have their logo on all the boxes, which is a little strange, but we'll try to ignore that. This is going to be 200 in around 215 cards. All 4 sports will be represented. This is my sheet. This is what I do for all my orders. I put my estimation or my opinion of what the grade is, and I compare it to what PSA or SGC gives it, and that just helps me determine if I'm going to keep the card or not. I trust my experience and eyes on these sets and cards. So let's say I had a card down as an 8.5 and PSA gave it a 10. That would be a card I would sell, because to me that card is overgraded. So just some notes. I've been doing that for about 6 months, and I definitely enjoy it. So starting off with an 89 Fleer Griffey. I can just tell when this card's a PSA 9. And that's the thing with the way I submit. I don't need 10s on everything. 9s are awesome on these classic rookies. And sets like this are tough to get 10s with PSA. I think they're a lot stricter on these classic rookie cards. So this one looks fantastic. It's got the right to left centering, the top to bottoms on. Yeah, it looks as good as any PSA 10s I have at home. So it's just kind of an opinion on that day. Here's a banner season Griffey. This is kind of an interesting one. It's out of 2,500. I had only seen this card the time that I bought it. It's kind of like a little die cut. But 97 leaf banner season Griff. That's an A10. And I'm not gonna go through and tell you what my estimation was for all these cards. It's just because it really doesn't matter, because PSA is the one that slabbed them. I'm gonna keep these in order. Flip these around. Okay, 98 Topps Finest. So there's your Moss and a 10. Don't know what this card sells for currently. Probably like 60 bucks. Okay, Donruss Griffey. And then, you know, this one looks like a 9. A little white right there, a slight edge white right there. Top to bottom's awesome, right to left's awesome. So I mean, it's got a lot going on for it. It's got a couple small flaws where a 9 is definitely, I would say, fair. Okay, here's another one. So my cleanest examples of this card and other certain key rookie cards I send to SGC. Because it's just nice to have the 9.5 Mint Plus, and the 10s I think are a little easier to get. Not easier to get, just it just makes sense to me to do it that way. Here's a 1989 Donruss Griffey. 3rd one in a row, and this one's also a 9. So this is a huge card in a 10 now. I think I had it as a 10 too, so they gave it a 9. It's got the top to bottom center and the right to left's on. There's virtually no white. You can see like a sliver. The smallest sliver. It's almost just a card coming to an angle though. So that's something that passes through on 10s all the time. So 98 Topps Manning in a 9. We've got the EX. This is a nice shiny one. And this one got a 10 as well. Beautiful. beautiful shine. This is probably a pretty big card too. It's got the acetate finish, kind of before acetate was a thing. Here's a great card for a Bears fan. Aspirations. This is the Urlacher to 56. That's awesome. That's probably got a low pop too. That'll probably be a CBF item. Pasternak, Young Guns. This card's gone up as well. This one got a 10. Looks good. Most of the times, these Young Guns, the quality control is so good at Upper Deck that you're going to get a 9 or a 10. You know, and there are cases where you have like a dinged corner or something weird going on that just happens out of the pack, where it's like a 7 or 8. But I think for the most part, you're going to have 9s or 10s on those Young Guns cards. Here is an Artifacts McDavid to 99. This is the Emerald. And that's a rookie. That's a 9. Chrome Refractor of Vlad. Try to look at the centering better. Yeah, I mean, it's off from right to left, I think, for sure. Top to bottom's good. The surface, I can't remember what I had for this, but that one's a 9. This is a sweet card. This card's on the rise, too. I bought a bunch of these raw for like 40 or 50 bucks. It's got a little white on the edge and corner there, so definitely fair grade with the 9. Wave of the Future LeBron. Here is one of the toughest sets that I ever grade, and I don't think I've ever gotten higher than an 8.5 on this set, but I still try. Most of the ones I buy raw are in the 7 range, and I actually keep most of them. Buy them raw for 40 to 50, then just stash them in the PC. But this one looked a little nicer. I think I had it as an 8.5, so I was thinking 8.5 on it. I didn't quite think it was mint, but it got an 8, so there's the Brady Pacific. This one is sick. Look at the flames. Bonds Hot Gloves. This is going to be PC, and this one is not going to see the store, so this would be a card that I love. Cards I like will see the store. Cards I love just go to the PC. So this one, this is one of my favorite insert sets of all time. The Hot Gloves Bonds in a 10. That's filthy. Here's a classic chipper. That's like straight from high school graduation, before his 91 score modeling pose. But 1990 Classic Series 3, Chipper Jones in a 10. Not the toughest set. Just make sure you are centered up on the front. And the back's blue, so there can be chipping, but this one just happened. I think I bought it in a lot and it happened to look clean, so I sent it in. Another nice Urlacher. So, of course, the Brady Bowman in a 10. I don't know. It's probably a couple grand by now. I don't have one. I don't even look at the market on that card. But here's the Urlacher, who's also a Hall of Famer. Of course, you know, he's not Brady, but he is a Hall of Famer, and it's from the exact same set. Cool photo as well. I wonder how they did that background there. That's interesting. But it's supposed to look like fans, I think. I think this is about $70 in a 10, but I think I'm just going to keep that one in the PC. That's cool. This is a big card, too. Devers Gold. Yeah, this was a clean copy. Most of the copies I buy of this raw are like 8.5, 8. This one really just looked fantastic. So Devers, this is the gold. This is probably 200 or 300 by now. I'm not sure. Alright, can't go wrong with the edge. So here's the UD Authentics. This is from Upper Deck Encore in a 9. It does have an on-card auto. Decent photo, probably just inside at I don't know how they did it. Inside somewhere. Holding the helmet there. Svechnikov, awesome young player for the Hurricanes. Here's his Future Watch to $9.99. These are incredibly collectible, and they just look great. On-card autos, Future Watch is, you know, to me that's nostalgic. So love those hockey cards. A lot of people are getting into soccer, and you know, I say if you want soccer, collect soccer. I mean, I do hockey. It's something different. It's fun. It's fun to learn. Continuing on with another hockey card, we have Pedersen from the Canucks. Here's his Young Guns. So the three rookies that I like from hockey the most are the Future Watch Autos to $9.99, the Young Guns, and the Ice Premiers to $99. Those are just awesome cards. So here's a Pedersen in a 10. You've got Bagley. So I'm not going to keep this one. I'm not a huge fan of the look of it, but it's the choice. Blue, yellow, green. They gave that a 10. Here's the silver. I don't think this card has a ton of value, really. There's the silver in a 10. We've got Moncada. This one doesn't have a huge following because it is the rookie debut. So this card probably doesn't have... I think you can buy this card for less than $10 shipped raw. So there's your 10. Here's a Daniel Jones. This is like the silver auto. That actually looks awesome. So silver auto in a PSA 9, which that's an awesome shiny one. Okay, this is probably a pretty big card here. Pros and Prospects Brady. They gave this one a 10. Looks good. It doesn't have any white chipping on that bottom edge, which is common with this set. The back's kind of like a glossy white, so you're not going to have chipping at all. The only thing you can have is, if you look closely, is maybe you have a little ding or something. But this set is not the toughest. This card is incredibly underrated when you compare it to the Brady, which is this exact same format. So that would be a card to target. Star rookie LeBron. So when I sent this order in, you know, it was a long time ago. I think I had this card valued on my sheet as, I don't know, 60 bucks maybe, 70 bucks. I don't know. That's about the price I was buying these for. So this one looked good. The Star rookie in a 9. Of course, this is a huge card now, but awesome photo. There is a second one. And this one got a 10, so, I mean, that's sensational. Yeah, so, I mean, these two I had as like a 9 and a 9.5 to 10, so, I mean, I had these both as clean examples. There are examples that I do buy of this that I have as a 7.5 to 8.5 that I'll still send in to get slabbed, but I had high expectations for these two, so they definitely, met my expectations for sure. This is an EX Kobe. I bought this in the winter, so I think it was like 20 bucks. It's got something going on in the back. Yeah, it's got a little corner problem right there, and it's not perfectly centered, so I think a 9's fair. Alright, this next one's really cool because this set's, I'm not going to say impossible, but this set is very difficult, and I've never gotten a 10 on this card. I've gotten a ton of 9s because these back corners are always chipped. This one, I mean, it has virtually nothing on the back. So I actually had this as a 10 when I sent it in. It's got the centering. It's got the top to bottom going. So Mahomes, this is going to go in the PC because to me, this 10 is one that I want to keep. I'm not always obsessed with 10s, but I think with this set, the way it's so difficult, this would be one that I'd want to hold on to, and I actually think it is a 10, card-wise. Okay, this is pretty awesome. Tops traded Ichiro Pujols, and that got a 10 too. So 2001. Definitely not a fan of duels unless both players are like stars or players that I enjoy or like both players. So Ichiro and Pujols definitely fit the mold there. Same card coming up. Actually, slightly different. We've got the Chrome traded. That's a really cool card. So this one got a 9. Okay, so some Upper Deck Griffies. PSA and SGC grade these both incredibly tough, so there's going to probably be 8s. And I don't think I had crazy expectations for these either. But they gave the first one a 9, which is awesome. I think, yeah, it's definitely a clean example. It's not centered perfectly, so I don't think it can be even in any contention to be considered a 10. Here's another 9, and this one's got the centering, so the right to left. Yeah, this one's really nice. But I have a problem with these when I send these to SGC, so I might send these to PSA because I don't know what I'm doing with the SGC ones, but most of the time I get 8.5s, and I'm thinking I have like 9 to 9.5 cards. Here's an 8, which is still respectable. It's probably the most common grade that PSA gives on this card. I think the Upper Deck logo is too close to the bottom here, so I think the top to bottom is too off-centered on that one. Here's a second 8. But if you watch other people's videos online of this card, you'll see a lot of 6s because there are some deceptive things that can happen on the back that you really need to take a close look at with like a lamp and light and like tilt the card around to see it. But there's some stuff that can happen on the back that can knock you down to a 6 pretty fast on that card. So an 8's really not that bad at all. And then here's a 9. So I don't know if they shut off 10s on this card, but that's a 9. So definitely pretty good on the Griffey Star Rookies. Jokic, this is one I won't keep. I'm not really a fan of this card. I don't know why I even have this. Oh no, I got it. I broke one retail Prism basketball box in the wintertime, and I got this in the box, so that's why I have this. And it's a 9, so that's the pink Pulsar. The stack's getting kind of high. Let me move some of these down. Okay, here's a Zion. The Prism Zion Mint 9. Probably just keep this in the PC. I don't need a 10 on this card. It's like on a card like this, the jump in price or what people would pay from a 9 to a 10 is so substantial that it just doesn't make sense on a modern issue like this, where, I mean, honestly, to me, this looks like it could be a 10 on a different day. But just my opinion. This is sweet because I think I got this in a pack. Broke a box of this on the channel last wintertime. And I pulled a Rogers. It looked good. I'm pretty sure this was a pack pulled, so this will get the EC3 gold on the back. And of course, cards I pull in packs I always favor because of the experience, you know, and you kind of have that memory. So that would be a card I would hold back and not sell. Okay, are there thicker cards in here? So thicker cards, notoriously tougher with PSA. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that's just kind of known in the hobby. So here's an Ultra Platinum Rookie Platinum Medallion, I guess, to 99. It's from Showcase, but they include Fleer Ultra in the Showcase product. So that one got a 10. Here's a cool Stamkos. I had this for like a year raw, and I didn't know. It was just sitting in a box, and I finally sent it in, and it got a 10 or 9, sorry. But it looked clean, so I thought it had a good chance at a 9. Future Watch Limited with the sweet swatch. So nice Stamkos there. Okay, here's some vintage stuff. This is a slick maze. I might hold on to this one. It's got decent center and it's got good eye appeal. A 6. You watch people's videos and they'll always say this is the nicest 6 you'll ever see. I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say to me it looks like a good 6. 6 maze. 4. This is a sweet card. I don't think that's him. Maybe it is because he's got the M hat on. There's some card where there's an error. Somebody will know what I'm talking about. So this would be a 3rd year Hank. It's actually a sweet card. These cards are big too. They're kind of like the 89 Bowmans. Here's a Mantle and a 3. This one will probably just go in auction because the centering's not a card that I would typically want to keep for my PC. But I mean, it's not I'm not saying it's a bad example. It's just every collector has their preferences. Some don't care about centering as much as, you know, corners and edges and surface. But Peterson. So we go from a Mickey Mantle to an Adrian Peterson. There is a lot of diversity on these orders, but that's kind of how they've always been. So Peterson Classics, that's your base, $5.99, 10. This one's sweet. Love this one. So he is a running back. He almost hit 10K in rushing yards. I think he was like 9,800. But Portis, it's got the little blue sneaking through for the 3 color, but it's the SP Authentic Gold. These are sweet. So this one got a 9. This was pack pulled back in like August, almost a year ago. It's hard to believe that was a year ago, but Daniel Jones mirror green jersey from Certified, and Certified's one of my favorite football products. Love the parallels and photography on those. Here's a Heiskanen. This one didn't do too well. This is the Ultimate Collection Auto to 99. And this kid's got a bright future. Not the strongest hobby following yet, but he is a defenseman and he plays in Dallas, so that might have something to do with it. Okay, this one's awesome. I actually had this as a 10. I bought it raw, and I was like, for a thick card, this card looks really, really good. I couldn't really see a problem with it, so they decided it was a 10 too. So this is the base RPA from Certified, $199. Daniel Jones. Here's a McCaffrey with a sweet swatch. That's 2017. This photo, how it's close up on his helmet like that, kind of reminds me of SPX 2007 football, like the Peterson and the Calvin. Interesting. Okay. This is probably a pretty big card. I'm probably going to keep it because that swatch is so awesome. But 2018 Certified Lamar Jackson Gold. So 25 right there. And they decided a 10 on this. I think I had this rated lower, so I might end up putting it in the store, but it's tough to get a 10 on these stick cards. This one's awesome. So these are the Future Watch Limited. So this is kind of like the, well, it's exactly like the Stamkos I showed, but it's a 2018 card of Heiskanen. These are tough pulls too, so I think in the hobby they're called Future Watch Limited. It doesn't say it on the card, but it's the Future Watch RPAs to 100. So here's a nice Heiskanen with 2 colors and a mint 9. And here's some more hockey. So it's nice to have hockey mixed in with these orders. I know some people don't get it or don't collect it, but and that's cool too. Ultimate Collection. This is the silver jersey. So Ultimate Collection hockey is another awesome set. But this one is a mint 9, so 149 numbering right there. Nice little Connor McDavid rookie. Continuing on. That's your 2019 Bowman Chrome. That's your base Vlad. That's the Vlad Jr. At 10. This is cool. Classic Moss draft picks. That's the flagship Randy. These cards have seen a definite increase in demand and pricing, so nice to see your basic tops and Bowmans and Bowman Chromes getting the respect they deserve. Long overdue. Here's Acuna. That's the US 250, just your base from Topps Update. I think that's the only one of that in this order. Here's your Breeze Topps Gallery, mint 9 on that one. Not the most appealing Breeze 2001 rookie. Love this card. So it's got the retro design. So 2001 Fleer. That's your Ichiro. I think these are only available in the set if you buy the set. I could be wrong on that, but okay, this is one of the best cards in the order. It's an Edge. Bought it raw. I think Rated Rookie Josh sent me the link. From time to time, he'll send me links of cards he thinks I might like, and he's usually dead on with the cards that I do like. He sent me this link. I ended up winning it in auction, I think, and it came back at 10. So I mean, this card's sensational. It's the parallel version. Said the essential credentials now. So that's just filthy. Bowman Chrome, Peyton Manning, Mint 9. So lots of classic future Hall of Fame rookies in this one. Khalil Mack, we've got his championship. I think it's the playoff ticket. It's got that kind of foil look to it, so it's a little tougher to grade than the regular issued ones. Mint 9 on this one. This is first day issue Edge. See the 150? I guess they call it one of a kind. I always thought it was first day issue, but that's a 9. Here's another candidate for best card in the order. Let me see. I'm gonna save that one for a sec. Show something else. Yeah, show this Vic first. So this Vic, it's an 8 because it's off-centered and there's a little dimple, and I think it's got a little scratching. So this was graded definitely accurately. I think on my estimation sheet I had that as an 8. And then here's this card. So these 90s inserts have seen a huge boost lately. You know, basketball with the Jordan stuff, of course, is on a whole nother level. But these baseball ones, Miss Griffey, it's a big card, this one. So, and honestly, this was bought raw for like $60, so you can't really do much better than that. Here's a Lemieux, the 85 Topps rookie. This is a card that would look sensational in the tux with that black around it. Upper Deck MVP Breeze in a 10. It's a nice starter set type of rookie there. Here's Paramount Brady, Mint 9. Peyton Manning Ultra. Awesome photo on that. These are tough pulls too. 6 per hobby box, around 40 to 50 probably rookies, so it's just like the Brady Star Rookie. This is a Tatis Gold. This got a 9, which is fair because there's a little white there. See that top right corner? So I think I'll just keep this for the PC. 9 is good for me on that one. This is a cool like Upper Deck MVP rookie redemption of Connor McDavid. This one got a Mint 9. Pro Set Barry. I love this one. It looks like they're playing the Huskers. We've got a couple Jeters. We've got the Pinnacle, which these are pretty much I mean, if you find a clean one that's centered well, it's usually an automatic 9 when you send these to PSA. This has an extremely low pop, so I mean, to get a 10 on this, you'd have to just be the right person, but I don't think this example deserves a 10 at all. See that edge? And this one's off-centered, so. But a nice solid 9 on the Jeter, 93 Topps. Missing card number Vlad 10. Alright, so I thought this would do a lot better. It looks pretty crappy though when it came back. I had this at like a 7.5, but it doesn't really look that great anyway. So it's the OPC Wayne Gretzky. I think it's second year. Yeah. Here's a Frank Leaf and an 8.5. Okay, so 3 of these. Low expectations on all of them. If you ever grade glossy Griffies from 89, they've got like these factory lines across this right here. Most of them have this. Even the PSA 9s will have these. If you look closely, you can kind of see it. It's not. I don't know if it's scratching. It's just the way it came off the printer. But I mean, these copies, I had them all in the 8 to 8.5 range. So this is what I expected on these. That one's really off centered. And then here's a third 8, so that one's, you know. Those are fair grades for those, but you don't always have to send in and even get 9s on certain cards. Cards like that, get an 8. It's fine. Big Sticks Griffey. This is a cool one. This will go to the PC. So, tough foil set. I think these are fairly difficult to grade, so a 9's very respectable in this card. Couple Gores. We've got the SP Authentic Scripts for Success. Scripts for Success, PSA 10s. Low end Gore, rookie. They are on card and they're from SP Authentic though, so I think they're very collectible. Here's an Upper Deck MVP. So this card was $20-$30 for the longest time raw, and they've definitely shot up. But here's a mint 9 on that one. And the second one was a 10, so fabulous. Frank Thomas. This is a card I always get 9s in. 1990, name on front, mint 9 on the Thomas. Here's a Heiskanen, Young Guns, and a 10. From 18 hockey. McDavid. This is probably one of the lower grades in the whole order. I think there's like not an indentation, but a PSA sometimes freaks out on stuff like that and drops grades down a lot. So this is a Star Rubies to 50. McDavid in a 7. Here's Vlad. The Chrome Prospects from 16 Bowman. Couple more, 10 and a 9. There's another. I'm not sure what these are. The market's at probably $75 or something on that card like that. Here's another box. All right, Tatis. This is probably a decent card. Some of these I haven't looked at yet, so I haven't looked at this next stack. I gave this a 10. I think I had this at 9.5, so I'll probably keep it. That's the refractor to 569 from Heritage High Number. Tatis. Here's a Cal rookie. So an 8, not the best. It's cool how it says the future stars, but I mean, these two dudes. I like the top straighted one. This is pretty good though. They give this one a mint 9. I think I just bought this raw, and it looks really good. Pretty cool. Eloy. That's the same card as the Tatis. Okay, this card I bought raw a long time ago for like $5. So the flagship, I'm gonna keep this for my PC, just because I know the price has gone up a lot, and I'd be fine just having a 9 of that card. Top straighted Cal in an 8. Here's a Barry Sanders score. This one got an 8 as well. It's not perfectly centered, but still a nice example. Another Peyton Manning EX 2001. This one got a 10. And then up next we have a cool Topps Chrome Ed Reed. This is the refractor version. These are really neat. They gave this a 10. So that's probably a pretty big card right there. It's not numbered, but it is Topps Chrome. It's the refractor. It's Ed Reed. It's got a lot going for it. So snuck in a Montana. Yeah, they definitely grade these vintage cards tougher than the modern. But that top to bottom is horrific. Still a cool Montana. I'll probably put this in the store. Here's an Ichiro Premium. Tough card with the black. I mean, 7's definitely rough on that. I think I had it as an 8, so low expectations for that one. Here's a Quantum Leaf Breeze. Mint 9. We've got Sub-Zero Svechnikov. That one's not numbered. Yeah, not numbered. This is cool because it's got such a low print. So this is the I think it's a gold X Factor of Vic. Mint 9. Griffey Refractor. 97 Bowman Chrome Refractor. Mint 9. That's solid. Here's a Clemens rookie. 85 Fleer Clemens in an 8. Daniel Jones Prism. Here is the Ice Premier's Retro Pedersen 149. That's a 10. Aspirations LT, this is sweet, to 95, mint 9. And here's the Upper Deck Rookie Watch LT in a 10. All right, next up. Daniel Jones, this is a certified 2019. It is a mere purple, so what that means is the card is out of 10. That's an 8. I was thinking a little higher on that one. I think I had that as an 8.5 to 9. This Infinity Tomlinson is an 8. It is out of 75, which is pretty cool. Tougher insert from 2001. Kind of some cool green shine going on too, so that's an 8. Okay, and then some cards grade higher than you think. Like I had this sitting at a 9 and it got a 10, so purple power to 49. I'll most likely put this in the store for somebody. It's got that X Factor look to it. Pretty neat. Okay, there's 5 of these, I think. Zion Hoops. So I learned something with this set, which is always nice. Okay. So I think it's pretty obvious why the right got a 10 and the left got a 9. Not like glaringly obvious, but this is just a little bit more off-center than the 10. And top to bottom, there's a little more border on this 10 than there is the 9. So it is slight, but it's nice to be able to see, you know, why something got what it did. Sometimes you honestly can't tell why something got a 9 and something got a 10, because with PSA it's pretty much, you know, with the modern, you know, gotta have it. Most people make their videos and then they whine when they get 9s, because it's like there's no mint plus, so you kind of have to have that 10 sometimes to make the grading fees worthwhile, which I mean, that makes sense. Here's another 10, so I think we did pretty good on those. Zion Hoops, awesome photo too, honestly. The Hoops photo, that's one of my favorite Zion rookies, even though it's not high end. Okay, and then this one too, I definitely learned something with the prism too. So I sent 2 of these Jaws in, and the right to left looks very similar, but the top to bottom is where I can see the difference. So if you look at this little blue sliver right there, look at how the 10 is showing more. See how you see a lot more of the blue on the left 10. So I'm guessing this one's off center top to bottom, and then the Grizzlies is closer to the bottom on the 10 as opposed to the 9. So there are slight differences, but I definitely get what PSA is thinking with those two. This card's awesome. 95 Donruss Elite Griffey. This one got a mint 9. It's kind of like those deckled edge cards from Topps Heritage High Number. So these are out of 10K. Raw price on this, honestly, I don't know. Ever since the recent market surge, it's probably 50 bucks or so. And then this one got a 10, so this is a pretty big card. Yeah. I don't think this is the toughest set because these deckled edges are pretty sturdy. So if you are grading 95 Elite Baseball, I think you'll do pretty well. Elias Pettersson, this is the Young Guns, the Canucks Young Star. Love this card for the future. Here's a Vic. Snuck this pup in. 8.5. See how it says A0027? I think the first 125 are autographed, and then the last 875 are just numbered to 1,000. So anything over, you know, from 126 to 1,000 will just be the numbered rookie. Pretty sure I'm right on that. Somebody will probably have something to say about that. Okay, these are cards that are on the rise too. So there's 5 of these. I bought these pretty aggressively in the fall because they were sitting like 75 bucks or so, and I just thought that was too low for these. So Ultra Brady's, these are raw. I think this card's awesome. College uniform doesn't bother me. I like the variation, and these players were college players before they were pros, so it's kind of part of their history. So here is, and it's a neat photo. So an 8.5 and a 9 on the Ultra, and I think a 9's over $200 now. So strong card. Here's another 9. So I did a little better than I thought on these. I think I was a little strict on my grading, but I had most of these sitting in the 8 to 9 range. So pretty much on par with what PSA was thinking with these. Here's another mint 9. But the front is pretty clean on these. I bought a ton of these raw, so a lot of them I relisted, you know, and just put like NM or NM plus because I thought the card was like in 7 to 7.5 shape. And then the ones that I thought were a little better, I sent off and this one was kind of on the fringe. It's an 8, so this one very easily could have gone into the store, and I could have listed it like near mint mint or near mint mint plus. So there's an 8 on the Ultra. This card's gone up a lot. Actually, I was thinking of the flagship, but this is an 8 because of the centering. See how fat that right edge is compared to the left, and I think it is warranted. There's just too much going on in that right side to go any higher than an 8. So that's probably accurate too. That's all we're looking for here is accuracy. Don't care about all 10s. Let's see what else. Okay, Donruss Phenoms Piazza. Yeah, I thought this had a chance at a 10, although the pop is extremely low. See that top edge? You can just see like small slivers of white. I think the centering's really good. So, I mean, this card could very easily compare to a PSA 10. It just kind of depends on the, like I always say, the grader in the day. So, I mean, this has 10 qualities, but it's in a 9 holder. So that'd be a card I'd want to keep because it definitely could look, it looks like a 10, and it's in a 9, so not overgraded. Don't really like this one. I don't know why. I'm sure somebody would love this one because it's got like this hologram thing going on. But Jordan 96 SPX, that's a record breaker insert. That got an 8. That was a little lower than I thought. This next one is kind of interesting. It's like a low-end Bowman's Best insert. Best shots. And they gave that a 9. Here's some Fleers. These will be 9s. So that one's pretty much dead centered from right to left. Top to bottom's good too. Yeah, this is a nice one. So this would definitely be mint plus with SGC. I've just looked at so many copies of this card. I just know it very well. So this was sent in, I think it's over $100 now raw, but when I sent it in, I put the declared value at like $12 because that's what I paid for it. So 93 Finest Jordan. This is another one that looks really good. And that's the thing that's kind of nice about the Mint Plus cards like that. Okay, Rogers Bowman. I think there's 2 of these. So this one didn't do too well at all. I don't know. I must have missed something, but it's centered and it has very minimal chipping. So that's the 2 things that I look for on the Bowman Rogers cards. And then this one they gave a 10. So let's just look at these side by side. They look pretty much identical, so I don't know. That's a 10 and that's an 8. Okay, here's a Clemens 9. Top to bottom's off. I would say that's fair. Mint 9 on the Clemens. Classic Donruss rookie. This is cool. Pasternak. This is Ultra 2014. This is a 10. Trying to think of if these were inserted into Fleer Showcase. I think they were. I honestly don't know a ton about 2014 hockey products. I got back into hockey during the 2013-2014 season, and then I kind of took a break a little in 2014. So, but I mean I've been in hockey for 6+ years now. This is the Pulsars, the Moss Shining Stars from Fleer Brilliance. This has some crazy 90s shine going on. And this is a nice solid mint 9. This thing can be scratched up. Lots of foil. So a solid 9 on that. We've got the Pacific Aurora Brady. Not the most sought after Brady, but this one did pretty well. A mint 9, and that thing's centered very well. It's not perfect, but it is very good compared to some of the copies I've ran across in my time. Alright, these are 9s, maybe lower. I don't think I've ever gotten a 10 on the Topps Jeter. Oh, okay, they're Topps gold, so I'm not as strict when I send in the Topps gold, just because they have a higher raw value. So an 8, not anything too great. So an 8 on the Topps gold. But I mean, when I send cards, and I don't look for every card to be a 10. A lot of times you can slab an 8.5 or a 9, and if you're looking to sell it, it's going to be a nice profit for you to buy cards for your PC. Here's another Topps gold. So these were both 8s. So not the best copies. I probably had these in the 8.5 range on my assessment when I sent them in. So they do look centered pretty good. So I think the eye appeal is strong on those. Rice Topps rookies. I mean, these won't be any higher than a 7, I wouldn't think. Yeah, 6. So these are graded tough by SGC and PSA just because it's such an iconic card. And buying these raw, they've been sifted through. So I think what I was looking for when I sent this in was the centering. So the centering on this is awesome for a 6. So a 6 Rice and a 7. Not bad. Yeah, I didn't think I'd get any higher than a 7 on these. These are tough. Okay, I got this in a pack. That's cool. I think yeah, it's a video. I think it was like last February, and I filmed it. So I pulled this Carter Hart on camera, and I got it back. The Future Watch Auto to $9.99. That's a sweet one. Pujols? I don't recognize this one. Okay, it's Upper Deck Reserve, I think. No, it's SP Game Use. This is a nice one. I wonder if this one's gone up in value at all, but it's out of 500 there. It's got that classic numbering from Upper Deck. So SP Game Use Pujols and a 9. That's good. Here's a cool one. Mirror Gold Griffey. That's 95 Select Certified and a 9. That's awesome shine right there. Bowman's Best. Oh, that's the refractor too. So red refractor, mint 9. And Piazza, Home Run Kings, cool insert from 97 Ultra. A lot of the 97 Ultra inserts have seen an uptick in value. This one has like an acetate finish with some cool, almost looks like etching on the surface. So a 9 on that Piazza. Let's continue on with some more. This is cool. Dwayne Wade Star Rookie. This was raw. Bought it raw for $5 or so. When I was buying the LeBron's raw for like 50, I saw Wade for 5, and I was like, that seems low too. So Wade Star Rookie and a 10. They must have had like a green screen with like a storm cloud behind him. It's a pretty cool photo. Daniel Jones. This is the silver one. I don't think these are that tough to grade though, just because the cardstock's so rigid and tough. So, and honestly, I don't think SGC or PSA grades this any of the scratching that tough. And then here's another silver. This one got a 9, so a 9 and a 10 on the Silver Prism Daniel Jones rookie autos. This is cool. Peyton Manning score. It's got a little white on that bottom corner, so definitely doesn't warrant a 10. Is that John Kitna? I feel like I asked that every video. I don't think it is because he was on Seattle. I don't know why that bugs me. Tatis. This was... yeah, this is just a card I bought raw. So, Tatis base. McDavid. That's cool. The OPT update. And a somebody with more hockey knowledge than me will probably know what packs these were inserted into. I'm gonna guess like Upper Deck Series 2 from that year, but could be wrong. Beltray Bowman, these are tough. I don't think I'll get any higher than an 8.5 on this one. Oh shit. Whew. That's a monster card. See, some of these cards I haven't looked at yet, so it's kind of cool doing them when I haven't looked at them. But yeah, I've been sending these in for years. I've never gotten a 10 on a Beltray. I think my best is a 9. I've gotten a 10 on the Carlos Beltran, but this set's so tough. And if you open the wax boxes now, the cards are all stuck together. So, but this copy is really, really clean. So that's PC. That won't see the store just because how tough it is to get that. Here's a Lamar Jackson score rookies. There is 3 of these. There's a 10 on that one. Love the score. I'm not crazy about the 2020 score photography just because it's like up close. I like the past years, like 26 to 2018. 2015 kind of looks like 2020, so I'm not a huge fan of that either. This one got a 9, so a couple 10s and a 9. Here's a Diamond Kings Griffey. Cards like this, you know, buy them on ComC for $2. Get them graded. They don't have to be a 10. Get a 9, and if you're not going to keep it, $25, $30 card. So it just makes sense to me. But that's beautiful. This is a Lone Star Signatures, yeah, 2001 or 99 Stadium Club. So an 8. I don't think I had high expectations on this card though at all. So nice on-card edge rookie auto though. Encore, this is cool because it's the exclusives. It is numbered right there to 100. And that got an 8. So cards like this, I don't really care about the grade that much. I mean, I don't want like a 6, but an 8 is fine. Encore FX, that's a nice one. Peppers, I think this is the gold one. Yeah, gold refractor. It's nice. That's out of 79 from Topps Pristine. We've got another Daniel Jones. This is the red, white, and blue prism. This one got a 10. Not sure the value on this card. I'm guessing it's over 100 and a 10 by now. Here's a Vic sliding in. That's the portrait from Upper Deck Graded. That's a good one. Whew. Victory Gold Breeze and a 10. You know, this is tough if you ever grade this stuff with those gold borders. Plus, it's got to be centered. So this one has minimal to no white showing. So this is definitely a 10. Looks like a 10 card as well. Not a favorite of mine set-wise, but so this will go in the store. You know, cards I don't really like, I most likely will put in auction. Luminance, Lamar Jackson in a 10. That's the base one, so nothing too crazy there. Hershiser, this was probably in a pack that I had. So a nice solid mint 9 on this rookie Oro. It's kind of like down in the slab. And Clemens Donruss. Slightly off center, right to left, and just a dab of white on the top right corner. So I don't think it's a 10. Accurately graded. Nice. Alright, next up we've got this Randy Moss card, and this is 1998 SP Authentic, and this one did not get slabbed because of the minimum size requirement. So not necessarily saying that it's been altered or cut or anything. It just did not measure up to standard. So that one will go over to SGC. Here's a cool refractor shine card. That's Piazza. 1995 Topps Finest, the refractor. Of course, the Griffey's really blown up for this set. But this Piazza was bought raw. It looked good. It looked like it had it. I think I had it down as a 9, so that one got a 9. Let's put the Moss over here. So 92 Fleer update Piazza. This one, if you look at the top to bottom, I think they probably got it right. It could be more 8.5 range, but close enough. Vintage Clemente. This is the 67 tops. Love the colors on this. How the Pirates is purple. That's interesting. So PSA 6 on the Clemente. Okay, so these were a couple LeBron Topps cards, and on the sheet I had the declared value on each is 75 because that's what I paid for them. But of course now they've spiked up. But the flagship rookie, this one got a 9. These were decent copies. That I didn't think they were 10s, but I thought they had good chances at 9s. So, and this one also got a 9. So very awesome. Here's a Rogers Elite, $4.99. Nice shine on this one. That's a 2005 Donruss Elite. I don't think that card's jumped up much. Ultra LeBron, this set's virtually impossible. This is about as clean as I could find out of all the ones I went through, and this got an 8, so I'll probably snap this one out. It looks like at least a 9. This one was definitely undergraded if you can look at the corners and edges on this. It might be the top to bottom on the back, I'm not sure, but this is a clean copy. So LeBron, here's Bowman's Best, Andre Johnson in a 10, $1.99 on this one. So I think this was a Beckett 9.5 Auto 8 that I snapped out. So keeping the pace, Griff. This one was just, I think I got this in a lot with some other cards, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I sent it 8.5 on that. Got the Edge SPX to 1999 on card auto at the rookie premiere. Definitely an underrated card and a card to watch in the future. That card's due for a spiking. This is cool. Kane SP Game Used Gold, so it's numbered to 50 somewhere. Yeah, it's right there, numbered to 50. So PSA mint 9 on that, which is nice. That's about all I expected on that card. Bleacher Reacher, or Bleacher Blasters 97 Griff. Kind of an interesting die cut card, but a lot of cards like this, these tougher inserts, I'm kind of shooting for 9s. I don't think they deserve 10s at all, but and that one got the 9. Here's an Ichiro Fleer, 2001. This one I had this one as a 10, so the right to left looks good enough, and it looks good enough to be a 10, so I might have to take a look at that one. That's why I jot down the grades. Collectors, this is such a sick card. This is the Collector's Choice Gold. These are tough. I think you can pull them in packs, and you get 5 per factory set, I think, and the set's pretty big, so the odds of getting Griffey are pretty slim. Cool photo. Looks like it was taken kind of at night or at dusk. So a mint 9 on this one. I think that card's gone up too. I mean, a lot of cards have gone up. A couple of these Urlachers, these were just bought raw for like 40 or 50 bucks. He's a Hall of Famer. It's an on-card auto. He doesn't have a ton of on-card autos from his rookie year, so this stock's pretty tough too. So these grade pretty well. They're not the best looking 10s I've ever seen. Here's a nice one, Rookies and Stars, Peyton. That's a 10. Gorgeous. Don't know what the market is on this right now. It's got to be $200 or more. But I'm going to keep that from the PC. So, Top Stars. This one will go in the store. I'm not really a huge fan of the Top Stars brand. So, this Pujols is like the most basic one. It was like a $7 card raw. That got a 10. This is a cool Piazza. It's numbered to 400. It's the refractor from 98, Bowman's Best. So these these Bowman's Best and Topps Finest refractors from the 90s are just timeless. Love to pick these up. So must have produced the set the end of 98 because, of course, he started the season with the Dodgers, played a week with the Marlins, and he went to the Mets for years. Here's your Ultra Manning. These are usually 9s, but they gave this one a 10, so not sure what this card's at either. I would guess it's close to 200 as well, but I could be wrong. It's a tough pull. That Rookies and Stars is a very tough pull. I think there's like 60, 70 rookies in the base set, and you get 6 per hobby box, 6 rookies. So 2 a case, maybe. Okay, Hank Aaron, this got a 7. This is the 58 Topps white name. This card probably has some value in a 7. It's an older Hank. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Vic, here's your rookie watch. They didn't use the Star Rookies in 2001. I don't know why, but the rookie watch Vic. This is an interesting one. Bowman Chrome Interstate Manning in a 10. I think the main thing with these is the centering. You want to have this border. You want to have some fatness to it. I'm trying to use the right wording so it doesn't come out wrong, but you don't want it to be really skinny. That means it's off center. So that's what I've learned with that set over the years. This is a cool one. I'll probably keep this one. 2019 Topps Chrome Gold Trout in a 10. That's the 50, of course. One of the coolest Trout cards in terms of photography, in my opinion. So Elias Pettersson Young Guns. I feel like we've seen one of these before. This one got a 9. Most of these should be a 9 or a 10. The quality control is good, and it's a modern card. So Pettersson 9. Rafi Devers Stadium Club. Personally, I like Stadium Club. The hobby doesn't really care for it, but I do like the brand and the photography. So as a collector, it's cool. Tatis, there's 2 of these papers, so paper's a little tough. Actually, with this year, 2016 Chrome can be a little tricky compared to some of the newer Chrome products. So these papers are definitely not a gimme. Here's the Vlad up close photo. Kind of an awkward picture, but this is somewhat of an SP in 2019 Stadium Club. That one got a 10. Here's a low-end Griffey insert. Outfield Power. I just got this in a pack. Break a lot of these old 90s products, and this one popped out. It looked like a 9 or 10, so I sent it in. There's some Khalil Max in this order. So this is the base one. They call it Leaning Forward from 2014 Contenders. Couple 10s on these. Peyton Score in a 9. Here is the variation auto, Standing Tall. And that got a 10 as well. McDavid, this is the Artifacts base to $8.99. That's a mint 9. Here's a Ripken Fleer. This is one of the better copies I came across buying these raw. For the most part, you're going to get beaters like 6s and 7s, but this one looked good. It's got good centering too. It looks like it could definitely be a mint 9 or higher. It's a really good example. So I'll take a closer look at this one and see what I had for it on the sheet pre-grading. A couple vintage cards sneaking in here. Amaze. That's the centering's really rough on that, so I'll put that in the store for somebody. That's the 61. And Clemente in a 5. That one, again, would not be one I would consider keeping for the PC, but it does have good colors, and the corners are okay. So I think somebody would like this for their PC. So a 60 Clemente. This might be the best card in the order. I didn't know the value was so high because I picked it up raw for like $60. But it's the Bowman Rookies and Stars LeBron. I don't think I've ever gotten a 10 on this. I've gotten a bunch, maybe one, but I've gotten a bunch of 9s on this card because of the centering. It's usually off right to left. This one's got good centering. It just happened to come pretty clean, so it had a good, very good shot at a 9, and you know, somewhat of a shot at a 10 depending on the mood of the grader. So they gave this a 10. That's the Bowman LeBron, and the last card of the order is Tatis, and this one is a just the base one. So these are usually automatic 10s if they're centered. So Bowman Chrome Tatis, a nice stack of slabs. Some have already been put into the store, but over here is some of the slabs, and I'll work on getting this video out. To me, this is one of the best orders I've ever had. There's a lot of big PSA 10 cards in this order. The wait was a long time, but that's kind of the way it is. And yeah, I'm definitely pleased with this one, guys. So take care, and let me know what you think about the video. I'm out.